What's up, everybody? It's your boys. It's Stick and Rink. We are here with the first ever live stream coming at you from all of our houses because COVID is robbing us of society, but that's okay. We'll get to it later. Before we start this, guys, we do have to mention that this episode, this first ever live stream, this holy matrimony of a ceremony that we have is brought to you by DraftKings. So our friends down at DraftKings, the leader in daily fantasy for sports, is once again taking you under their wing, giving you a promo code. Go check it out. Promo code THPN at sign up. Gets you a free $5 deposit with your minimum $5 deposit entry. So free money, basically, once I figure it out. And I was thinking, because casinos are closed, there's not really many places to have fun. So explore the internet, get used to it, find yourself some DraftKings accounts, and go check out some contests on us, all right? Other than that, though, episode 26, we are ready to get it going. Boys, for the 0 viewers, let's fucking go.
Oh, not bad.
That was dope. Not bad at all. First, thank you, Jake, for tanning for that. 2 goals on Thursday, I think it was. I don't even remember anymore. I'm wearing beer at this point. So boys, first ever live stream. How we feeling? Did the beer lose the nerves a bit? I know it did for me.
No, not at all.
No, still feeling it.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll just look like idiots there for a brief moment, but
yeah, Josh honestly couldn't care if there was 30,000 people watching him.
Dude,
yeah, Josh didn't want to bring his A game to the shotgun. Josh, what the hell? You finished last. Come on.
Boys, you want to know what's actually really bad about all that? Is
What?
I didn't even crack the seal on the top of my fucking White Claw. And I realized I couldn't go back. I just fucking slammed it down.
Dude, you were sucking on that thing.
Dude, I got so excited that I flipped it up, and I think the tap just twisted. And I heard a big crack at the top. I'm like, this is still coming out a little bit easier, but dude, I am dying right now. Like, dude, I just French kissed the side of a White Claw can.
Good kid, good for you.
Oh,
dude, we already got feedback coming in from El Rammer out on the Twitch stream, blasting Josh. Tough gun for Josh. There's some sort of feeling to me that thinks that El Rammer guy is not too bad at throwing back a Coors Light himself. So shout out to that guy.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that guy can't skate. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Pretty sure.
Not good at hockey.
I would say, honestly, one of the worst mistakes that you can make before your first shotgun in, say, like, I don't know, many, many months is actually it was this time last year when COVID started, is just to like power eat some chili. That's like the worst move you could do. And that's what I did, because I was like, Megan made dinner, got it ready like just for podcasting, and I was shoveling it in my mouth. And then I realized, like, oh boy, I'm about to like inhale a Red Truck Lager, and this is all coming right back up.
Oh, dude.
So far, we're feeling good.
Could you imagine the aftermath, though, if like that Red Truck just bounced back on you and you just had the combination of beer and chili just fucking flying everywhere? Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, if you ate something solid, then it's not that bad. Yeah. But if you ate something solid, it's not that bad, because it kind of like keep its structure. But fucking chili, dude, good luck.
Oh, I feel like that would smell so bad. Like,
dude, even just the visual.
IPA,
even just that visual, man, that's enough to get you.
Dude, that no offense to Megan's cooking, but that literally looks like that was already thrown up, and you're just ready to throw up.
Oh man. So the boys are back, honestly. This is usually the part of the episode, and we should actually address this because a lot of people are probably listening on our actual episode. So we're doing a live stream right now. This is Sunday at 10 p.m. You have tuned into this episode. We got a great interview coming up later with the captain of the Vancouver Giants, and still burping. Yeah, that was a great interview. We had loads of fun with Alex. So definitely stay tuned for that one later on. If you're watching the live stream, check out the episode anywhere you get your podcasts. But other than that, boys, we got a great new segment coming up in this episode, but we got to get to something that I want to talk about. It's not Canucks yet. It's working out. It's working out, boys. We almost got a permanent segment called The Workout.
Yeah, that's
Josh, dude.
People are going to be so confused by that segment because none of us are in shape.
Wait, hang on. Why don't boys? I have an idea. Why don't we create a segment? We call it the workout, where every week one of us has to post a video of us doing a specific exercise at home.
I'm down. Well, we could definitely work with that. And then we take a photo together, like at a scenic place with all of us like our shirts off and like how gross we look, and put like graphic on it says the workout.
No, and then the hashtag is just like progress, and like you do it again like 6 months later, and like nothing changes. If not, it's gotten worse.
Yeah,
it's like it'd be like a video. It'd be like, do this for 10 reps, 4 sets, and you're like on the 4th rep, and you're like, all right, that's enough now.
Like you just start doing the cat, right? You're just.
People are gonna be so confused. They're gonna think that we just like reversed our before and after photos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The one thing I will say actually, and I saw this yesterday in a Snapchat group. There's a video of one of our buddies 5-starring Raph.
I hated this.
In his back while he's sleeping, and Raph is not a morning person, as a lot of people know.
Far from
like you have to give this guy at least like 90 minutes to actually like wake up before you can actually have a conversation with him. So
anyway, not fucking wrong.
There's a video of one of our buddies 5-starring Raph, and Raph, I will say, and this is a good compliment for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Your back muscles, dude. Jesus Christ. How many rows are you doing a day?
I think it's just because I have really bad posture and I walk with my back hunched over a little bit. Yeah. It's just like muscles developed around it. And we're like, all right, cool.
You said enter a fucking like bodybuilding competition, you flex your back, you're like, yeah, that's right. That's fucking
and then I stop flexing, just like bent over again immediately.
And then
it's called hunchback syndrome. You like that?
Yeah.
Dude,
I will say though,
like, holy fuck, like Raph's back, boy, like whoo.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I will fucking say though that messing with me sleeping probably went on for like 2 straight summers. Every single time where we just like hang out and I would be the last one to wake up or something like that, somebody would be fucking with me sleeping, and it wasn't like anything insane or substantial, which I think was the shitty part. Was that it was just like such minor things, like Bailey like grazing my hand and me like waking up, or like Elijah fucking plucking my leg hair. Some shit like that would just set me off in different ways, and I hated it.
Our boy Shane checking in as always. Number 1 fan, Shane. If anyone's listening and your name's not Shane, good fucking luck to throwing in that guy. Just Raph, I don't know if you remember this one, but it was after Super Bowl Sunday, I think, at Bailey's mom's. There was a video that came out with that one too, and you said like the simplest things, like I plucked one of your leg hairs. Yeah, you literally swung at me when you woke up.
Dude, I was not happy at all. I was hungover. I was tired. It wasn't even that fucking early either. I think it was like 10 or 11 p.m. or a.m. Sorry, and it was all kinds of bad, dude.
The funny thing with you, Raph, is you're either not banged up enough in the morning to like you're so grumpy and you're so like just irritated, like the drop of a pin in the morning will like set you off. It's like World War III. Yeah. Or you wake up at like somewhat early time and you're still buzzed from the night before and you're like, yo, let's keep going, and you're in like a cheerful mood. Like it's either one or the other. It's never like right in between.
Well, dude, that was fucking Stampede with us that one year, right? Like we'd wake up like at 7 a.m. I walked up the stairs. I like straight up eyed a fucking liter of Smirnoff Ice in front of me. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. And we just started drinking there. But then the last day of that, it's like we had to make a pit stop at every single fucking gas station because I was feeling so sick and so destroyed. So I mean, yeah, exactly. Could go 1 or 2
You were
ways.
definitely like a soldier of the big ups and the big downs for sure.
Yeah. There was no winning.
I love hungover Raph.
I hate it.
Boys, I want to know, did you guys do your workout today though?
Yes.
No, Sunday's rest day.
Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't do that.
Oh, dude, the segment, the workout falling apart.
Yep. No.
What happened? Dude,
well, I did
a forearm workout instead.
I did a workout yesterday. Like right now, my goal, I set it really low, is 2 times a week.
Okay.
2 times a week, shooting for 45.
You better be lifting a fucking horse above your head at that rate, dude.
Okay. First of all, Elijah, I'm not you, so I don't need to lose that much weight. Let's calm down.
Good point.
right?
We'll get to me. Don't
right
worry.
now, I'm just trying to not look like a pussy on the golf course when everyone's like, yeah, I've got my 58 degree. I'm like, yeah, I've got my 6 iron. Like, I'm just trying to get out of that hole. That's what I'm trying to be right now.
Hey, quick little segue into golf here. I was watching the Arnold Palmer Invitational today for a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you guys realized that golfers are slowly starting to get like bigger and more bulky?
Oh
yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
It's
like
a hot topic in the golf world. That's why
it's actually nuts.
The guy that's winning right now, or I think he won the tournament, Bryson DeChambeau. He's looked at as like revolutionizing the game of golf, because there have been guys who worked out in the past and guys who, like go the more strong route. But this guy, he's actually a fucking mutant. Like he put on like, what was it, Josh? Like 30 or 50 pounds in one off season. And he came back and you can see it when he golfs, dude. He literally, his motto is he just swings as hard as he fucking can.
Yeah.
But that being said though, even if you looked at, what's his name? The runner up, the guy from the UK, like he also had a bigger build compared to what I imagine golfers would be like. You know what I mean? Like it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. What's something I want to say?
I forget.
Wordsworth? No,
He was even second today. I don't even know. I didn't
Westwood?
watch it.
Was it
Westwood.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I think it's Lee Westwood.
Yeah.
That
But
guy's solid too.
But I posted something in the in our Instagram chat yesterday, Raph, and you liked it. Was
the hit over the water for the shoehorn.
So it's a hole 6 par 5. Basically, it looks like a reverse C, basically, and there's water, and it showed where all the shots were, and like 99% of the shots were there. And then fucking Bryson DeChambeau comes up and just slices that par 5 in half, and literally has like a 60-degree shot to the green, opposed to like an 8 iron. Like that
he was playing like 30, 40 yards out. Everyone else was playing like 250, something like that.
Yeah,
huge amounts.
That course is beautifully designed, and like the fact that like Bryson celebrated too after a drive, which is very unheard of. I would say
that was huge.
He literally like fist pumped, like making it over the
hyped.
water. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like you just hit a drive. Like it's not like it's huge, like it's monstrous, but Jesus, like he celebrated like he had won. So
it was a huge drive though. That is right.
Yeah.
I'll just say this: I did a core workout today. Fucking get the abs back. Literally though, like my inhibitions take over immediately after. Like I finished doing like the last rep, and then I instantly stand. I'm like, Megan, you want to go for lunch? Immediately, like I go from one extreme to another. So in like 2 hours after a workout, I crushed a little a halibut sandwich, and then I crushed a donut too. So like,
good for you.
I think that's part of the workout right there.
Hey, but
you deserve that.
But you know what though, like the one thing I will say, and this was said by a previous guest we had on our old podcast, Danny Fernandez. And
way back. Yeah. Okay.
Way back, like the Christmas special from like 2 years ago. And she was talking about like her wellness page and her health. And the one thing that like has actually always stuck with me was she's like, moderation in moderation. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to cut out everything. You don't need to cut out the donuts, the beer, the chips, like cold turkey. You don't need to do that. But like obviously slowly start to improve. So like the halibut sandwich and the core workout, but like a donut, big fucking deal, dude. You're getting some brain food, you're flexing those abs, and you're having a couple holes after, but big fucking deal.
You're getting some help on the saying here. It's everything in moderation, especially moderation. I think I don't know what you said. What did you say? You said like
moderation and moderation.
Moderation and moderation. Here you go.
Josh breaks down everything. It's like instead of an eye for an eye, he's like an eye plus an eye. That's all. An eye is an eye.
It's like all the Rickyisms from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Just standard rocket appliances, boys.
Yeah.
I never knew this about Josh in the beginning, but fucking Josh can have his like Josh-isms. We could totally make those a thing.
Yeah, we can make that a thing.
There's a segment you can stick up your hoop there, Bailey.
Okay, why don't we move into some Canucks talk here? Because for everyone listening that's a Canucks fan, the Canucks are back. We are full head of steam towards the playoffs. One-way ticket. There's no stopping along the way, not making it to where you're going. 2 wins against the Leafs on the weekend. This was huge, boys. This was huge for the positives. Someone's stoked for hockey talk. Let's fucking go. Shout out there. So This was a huge victory for all the positives out there, for all the not lame hockey fans who are just pessimists about the Canucks. And I think we're those people, guys. We were the ones saying playoffs, maybe 11% chance. I like that. So, I mean, 2 games. That was an impressive 2 games, is what I'll say too. A comeback win and all that stuff. Any thoughts here, boys?
Here's my thing. Are we going to be the team that like beats the best team in the league, even though we're dog shit? Like, we'll lose to everyone else, but we'll be like the upset. Like, is that the level that we're at right now?
I mean, it's possible.
It's kind of like Calgary tonight losing to Ottawa, right?
Yeah, 4-3 in the shootout. Like, what the shit is that? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
is that the Darryl Sutter effect? He takes them from like being a losing team to like, all right, we got a point off the Senators. There we go.
Now, was he behind the bench today?
I don't know. I actually haven't followed that situation closely. I feel like he's been in Canada the whole time, no?
Well, yeah, that was my one concern, is does he have to quarantine? I mean, for some reason, I feel like Darryl Sutter, after he got gunned from LA, that he would just stick in California. But dude, Darryl Sutter in California just makes me smile. Like, when you look at like when you look at this guy's like mannerisms and stuff, and like just like how he is with people. Like, could you imagine Darryl Sutter walking downtown LA? Like, just
imagine like an influencer coming up to him like, "Hey, bro, take a picture with me." He's like, and he would just stare right through their soul.
He'd be like, "What? Like,
yeah,
no.
Get away from me."
Yeah, so
I have 16 brothers. I'll fucking punch you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, with Vancouver right now, am I optimistic? Like, we're beating a team that is going to pull away from us anyway. So like, yeah, we're getting points and that's awesome, but we're not beating like crucial teams right now. Key matchups. What the fuck is Bailey saying right now? I just got a notification on my phone. Oh.
We got to say it for the podcast listeners when they bring it up. So, embrace debate. Will the Canucks have more points at the end of the year than H&M shirts Josh Gertson owns? Now that might not even be mathematically possible at this point. Like, we might have had to win every single game. But
do you want to know how many H&M shirts I have?
Absolutely.
7. 1 for every day of the week.
Oh, shit. Are
and
you just what?
I've got a duplicate of this one. I got 2 purple H&M shirts.
You know what I noticed? You're never a graphic tee guy. You're just always plain tee.
I hate graphic tees, dude.
Dude, we should just get him. Raph, can we get him like a 3-pack of graphic tees for his birthday?
Sure, absolutely.
Just like some good, like just
only
basic
their
ones.
H&M brand.
Yeah, totally.
So
the NASA one. Fuck that.
Dude, the NASA ones are sick, dude. I'll fucking give him that.
I dig on the NASA shirts. Never mind. Yeah, all about it.
Yeah,
okay, where are we?
Yeah. Lots of H&M.
Oh, the Canucks.
Yeah.
The Canucks for sure. So I was expecting Josh to come a bit more positive.
Best case scenario, how well do you think the Canucks play throughout the rest of the season? Like, where do we think they end off?
Like, I fuck around on Twitter sometimes. Oh, best case scenario, they make the playoffs. Like, they literally take the 4th seed easily and they compete for the 3rd seed. I think 1 and 2 is done, but I don't think like Montreal is as undefeatable as people thought they were. That's very clear with what they've been doing lately.
Yeah.
And it's not it's one thing that Montreal is not as undefeatable as you thought, but at the same time, it's what they can do to the Canucks now. Like, if they can't beat the Canucks the way they were, then we're competing for points that people didn't think we were going to get for the rest of the season. So, best case scenario, and the way they're going to do it, honestly, I think people are throwing around numbers like they have to go like 21-11 before the last 2 games to make the playoffs.
Fuck.
All that includes like a 4-game win streak, a 5-game win streak. You're there, dude. It's done. I could see it happening, Raph. Best case scenario, I could see it happen.
All right.
I mean,
worst case scenario.
The worst case scenario
is I admit that I didn't finish this, and I'm just gonna.
I think the worst case scenario though is we're obviously dead last in the league, like going for yet another draft pick.
And
Ottawa surpasses us.
And I haven't heard a lot of players actually in this year's draft. I actually don't know like who's supposed to go number 1 or 2, which is kind of concerning because normally you start to hear of it, but I guess it makes sense though because like the junior leagues aren't playing, or they are now, but like they just started, so like it's hard to create a mock draft without like any like talent from being played this year. So I don't know, like does Vancouver make it? They just need to play more consistently. Like, they're obviously going to lose games. That's 100% sure. Do they need to go on a giant run? No, but they need to stop blowing leads. They need to stop these bullshit, like, ticky-tacky passes in their own end that lead to turnovers. Like, and I said this last week, like, it drives me fucking insane watching the Canucks do that, because it just costs them so much. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, like, they were getting blown out, like they were getting worked to the point where it's like, okay, it's not like anything we can do really helps. Like, we score a goal, big deal.
Yeah,
but
it was everything.
But now we're starting to lose, you know, these 1-goal games based off of just shitty bounces, shitty turnovers that are just, again, like, starting to really come back and bite us in the ass. So
yeah, but even flip side though, like in the last game on Saturday, I mean, you're down 2. I think it was 2-1 to the Leafs in the third period. Like, not a spot you want to be in, especially given what's happened so far this season. And they show some character, man. Like, they show some character, some guts, and they pulled a big win. Like, a bunch of players stepped up in that third period. And what I would say, that the interesting point that not a lot of people talk about is a lot of it's not going to come down to the Canucks, honestly, at this point. Like, a lot of it is going to come down to how well can the Senators play against the Edmonton and against Calgary and against Winnipeg, like those teams that were, and Montreal, like those teams that were playing. How many wins can Ottawa steal from those teams? How many wins can Calgary steal from those teams? Because if we want to move into the playoffs, it's a likely scenario that Calgary is going to have to finish 6th and do some damage in the 6th spot. Yeah. So I think that's a very underrated point that people don't talk about is what happens with the other teams as well.
And I mean, I think you know, I think that's a really good point as well, because I would compare, you know, where we're at in the season right now to kind of the last couple of weeks of an NFL season where all you do is like division play pretty much. And, you know, it's like, okay, like, you know, Buffalo is competing against Miami for the AFC East spot, you know, with 2 games to go. Like, that game matters for interdivisional play. And you're really starting to see that type of thing come out. And the other night, even with Calgary and Edmonton, like I said this maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago, the rivalries that everyone's like, oh my God, like the Battle of Alberta is going to be a bloodbath. I'm like, yeah, but not right off the start, because the game's like, even though it's a 56-game year, it doesn't mean that much. Like, it means something, but like you lose a couple of Edmonton. Catalyst. Yeah, there has to be a catalyst. And, you know, obviously like Edmonton getting fucking smoked by Toronto in 3 games. That was a bloodbath. And then they play Calgary. Like, that's a crucial series for them. You know, and how you bounce back. And that's like, I think you're right. Like, in the latter half of the season, that's when we're really going to start to see the rivalries, like Toronto and Montreal. Like, Jesus, like you get into like the last 8 games that they're playing, like, holy shit. Or like a Battle of Alberta, or like even like we're seeing like Vancouver and Winnipeg, bad blood, right? You know, kind of. So it'll be interesting.
Could come down to the wire too. You never know.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for this year.
Me too. I think we're coming up to a part of the schedule now. Like I said, 2 games against Montreal and 4 games in the next 7 against them. So it's a very crucial part to see how this division will play out. And I think if we can get 3 or 4 off them, then you know what? Like, every single negative fan out there is going to have to shut their ass for a little bit.
Totally.
Why don't we move on to the rest of our NHL talk? So we're going to start out with the Tom Wilson hit. We're going to go a little panel here, a little good, dirty, bad. What do you like about it? So Tom Wilson gets suspended 6 games for that hit on Brandon Carlo.
Was it 6 or 7?
Might have been 7, actually. I thought you're right. Let's go with 7. 7's the magic number, facts only. So he gets suspended 7 games. First of all, what do you think of the hit? And then what do you think of the sussy length?
Well, I think the hit was pretty dirty. Like, dude, like Tom Wilson, like he missed that body check, but because he fucking chicken winged him, like he clipped him in the head. Like, that was kind of bad. Yeah. Now, the other thing that I will say, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. Now, again, like I think maybe it wasn't intentional, but Jacob Vrana of the Capitals, as Brandon Carlo went down on the ice, Vrana fucking in the back of the head with the stick. Now, granted, I don't think he knew, like, it was such a bang kind of like Wilson hits him, Vrana cross checks him, that maybe like the play was still alive. So that's kind of my rationale for Vrana doing what he did. But for Wilson, like, dude, like this guy's a repeat offender. Like this guy fucking knows better. Like he knows better.
Yeah.
But you know, as some people will tell you, with certain players in the NHL, their wires cross, and you know they see red like a bull, and they go after it. They see an opportunity, they take a chance, and they do it. And I didn't really like the hit, and I don't like Tom Wilson. I really don't.
You suck. Okay.
I think he's just I think he's a dirty player. I really think he is. You know, he's good,
Okay.
and if he can harness some of that stuff, I think he can be very effective, which he already is, but more effective if he stops getting fucking suspended and putting the Capitals at risk. You know.
There you go. You fucking hit him where it hurts, Josh. Right in the team atmosphere. He's not being a team player. What
He's
a
not
fucking
being a
asshole.
team guy.
Yeah. Hey, dude, a heart just showed up on our thing. Someone gave us a like. I don't know what that means, but thanks out there. Do you think that maybe that was a donation, Raph? Is that a Twitch donation?
No.
$100?
We don't have enough. We haven't been doing this long enough to have Twitch donations or subs or anything.
Okay. Well, we'll have to get there. Let's just tell Raph, can you figure out the Twitch donations for us? And then
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I'll get right on that.
Producer talk. Yeah, producer talk for just figure it out kind of thing. So I would say I don't really know how I feel about the what's the word for when you commit multiple offenses?
Repeat offender.
See, we got people wanting to donate. We just need to find the method.
Yo,
Should we just start a GoFundMe?
Dude, that is the zaddy of stick and rink right there. What's up, Tish?
Yeah, the absolute daddy of 3 grown men. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
58.
She's our, what is it, our sugar baby? Is that the proper term? There you go.
Yeah, brother.
So no, what I was saying, repeat offenders. I don't like that idea anymore, to be honest. Because I think when that whole term was brought into place, that was when we had like the fucking Matt Cooks running around, dude. Like that was we literally had criminals running around on the ice doing some shit that was shady. And you kind of needed a reason to be able to compound some suspensions. I think at this point, like, yes, Tom Wilson toes the line, so does Brad Marchand, so does a ton of players in the NHL. But there is no more goon. Like, goon's a bad word, because I would only really call Matt Cook a goon. But there's none of those guys out there. Right.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't really like the idea of the repeat offender. And
you know what? Actually, I think the one thing is everyone, like, as soon as a dirty hit like this is thrown, everyone's like, suspend him. And this is, again, like, this is old time hockey thinking, but this is the part of the game that I don't like, where, you know, I don't want this guy to get suspended. I want someone on the other team to hold him fucking accountable. Like, this is the Boston fucking Bruins you're doing this to. Like, what do you fucking mean there's no one there to straighten out? Like, that's fucking stupid in my opinion. It drives me insane, because 7 games, like, yeah, okay, big deal. Like, you know, obviously, like, in a 56 game season, 7 games is a lot more than, you know, the weight of it in an 82 game season. But I hate.
Don't quote me, but that's 20%. No, that's not 20.
No, not at all.
Fuck.
That'd be 20% of 35 games.
It's an eighth, I think, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. An eighth.
Huge math guy.
Good math.
But no, I don't like the lack of accountability. Like, there's no one there, and there's no one on this team to stick up for him. Like, no one even fucking went after him. Like, they kind of did, but not really.
Yeah,
and that drives me crazy. And that really, like, for a team like Boston to have, like, no one there, like, that really sucks. As much as I hate the Bruins, but I don't like that.
Do you think that could just be like the evolution of the game, though, where it's like these 100%. Physical characters are just so much more few and far to come by now? Like, easily. There's nobody who's able to nobody who's willing to retaliate, I guess.
Yeah, like, I think, like, that's the biggest thing is, like, there's no one that's that big or that tough to hold him accountable. Like, I would say the only player that really comes to mind that's as effective as Tom Wilson would be Ryan Reeves on the Golden Knights. And Tom Wilson wouldn't do that because he knows Ryan Reeves is there. And I guess it's just a part of the game where Boston, the big bad Bruins, don't have big bad anyone right now. And it's kind of upsetting.
I think they definitely have a couple players in their team. I don't know what the injury situations are with them right now, if they're out of the lineup or not. Or it might have been, was it Brandon Carlo the hit was on? Because I think he's actually kind of a tough guy. I might be wrong on that. Yeah. So I don't know. It wasn't the worst response I've seen because I have watched the Canucks back in the Sedin era, and like sometimes nothing would happen. That was tough. Yeah. But anyways, we can move on. We definitely wanted to address the return of the king. Pretty much Aragorn coming back, Gandalf coming down the hill. You've got Darryl Sutter returning behind the bench, the meanest mug in all of hockey. Josh, you may as well cream your jeans right when you saw that news, right?
Dude, normally my first reaction, like when I saw that Jeff Ward got fired, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I guess that kind of makes sense. But then when I saw his replacement, I'm like, oh God, like I just, and the one thing I will say, boys, is Darryl Sutter, like, I don't really remember him. Like, I remember him as the Flames head coach, but like, I don't remember him truly like as a fan of hockey. Like when I sent the 13-minute audio clips of Darryl Sutter just going off on the media, like that stuff just fucking murders me. Like there's one comment, and I'll tell the story. It was in the Stanley Cup Finals. It was the Devils and the Kings, and Sutter was the head coach of the Kings. And I think it was like game 3 or 4. Devils go into LA, and they just shit kick them. Like Devils beat them like 6-1 or 6-2. And after the game, like one of the first questions that was asked to Darryl Sutter was, hey, Darryl, like, you guys got, pretty beat up out there. Like, what did you say to your team after tonight's loss? And he looks at him. He's like, flight's out at 11. And like, that's it. Like, and you can totally envision this, right? Like a team that is just so beat up. They're so tired. And Darryl Sutter walks in with this deep voice, like, flight's out at 11, and just like walks out of the room. Like, you're like, cool. Like,
no follow up anything. He's like, all right, sick, dude.
Yeah, like I just
at that point you feel like you've gotten away in the getaway car. You're like looking around, you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This can't be right. I thought this was gonna go wrong, and then before you know it, your next game.
So I mean, I like it. I like how they're bringing him back. I don't really know what they're hoping to achieve with a coach like Darryl Sutter. Like, you really want to talk about old time hockey and all that shit. Like, that's Darryl Sutter for you. Like, there's not really someone who's as old school as he is.
You know what? It was funny. I actually read up on a couple of someone chiming in, go hockey. Sick. Sports. Hey, for those out there, our brand new segment today is a fucking fire segment, and it's not sports related. So if you're into that kind of jazz, then hold on to us for a little bit. But I did look into a bit of an interview with a guy about Darryl Sutter, and he brought up some quotes about him, and he's actually like a fan of analytics and different parts of the game too.
Yeah,
like I didn't know that.
Sutter is?
Yeah. Because I thought, like, when Josh is old time hockey, it always makes me think like, he fucking hates the nerds. He hates like the softies with the skill, but he's actually like a pretty modern thinking coach. But you're absolutely right when it comes to Darryl Sutter. Like the interviews, I feel like the pregame speeches, anything to do with talking or like what kind of mentality you should have, it's just like, just go fucking win. It's easy.
Like I think the one thing I will say, and like I'm reverting back to this.
You can answer that after your point.
Okay. The one thing I will say is, Darryl Sutter, like there's parts in that video where he's like doing the math in his head. He's like, we lost 3-2, up 3-1. And like he does the math like on camera. It's fucking hilarious because it actually reminded me of you, Elijah, of doing math in your head like in front of us. And we're like, dude, like
you know, fucking faces look like too, dude.
Like you don't know what it is. So with Darryl Sutter, going back to that question, how long does he last? Fuck, like it'll be interesting because I think you got one more year, like this year and one more year with Johnny Gaudreau and Sean Monahan as kind of like the future of your team.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, I think you're going to blow it up. And you're going to need to decide, is Darryl Sutter part of that future? Like, is he part of the rebuild? I don't see it.
That's the weird part. I don't either.
So I think Sutter has this year and he's got next year, and that's it.
What do you see happening to the team though if they keep him longer? Like, what direction do you think they go in?
I would say a little bit more physicality.
Yeah, I can see that. Matt Kachuk being let off the chain a little bit.
Yeah,
Old school hockey.
like I think there's gonna, there's some hell gonna be raised. Like I can't wait to see what Darryl Sutter is gonna be like in the Battle of Alberta. I cannot wait because there are gonna be some fucking sound bites there. Like if you ask Darryl Sutter about what he thinks about Zach Cassian after he lays out like Matthew Kachuk or something, holy shit, that is gonna be pure comedy.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if it was like an arms race too of like hiring coaches. Like the Flames hire back Sutter, and then the Oilers are like, "All right, fuck it, we're bringing in Torts."
No,
start matching guys.
They bring back Craig McTavish.
Oh God.
Dude, Craig's a wily one, man. Stick the mascot over the glass again.
Yeah,
right?
rip out Harvey the Hound's tongue, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Get in my face, Harvey, little bitch.
Jesus.
Okay. Last hockey little topic here before we move on. So the one thing back to Canucks Nation for a second is Jim Benning, this brave soul, openly had a radio interview as well as a open media availability. And, I kind of listen to AM radio once in a while now, just because we've interviewed some of the guys on there, and, there's some good segments here and there. And so I was just listening to the hosts talk about it leading up to it, like the day before. And everyone was just talking about like, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait to ask this guy this question and like dummy him. And it was like, it's just so funny. Like I can't picture what Jimbo was thinking going into this, especially looking at his face. Like if anyone watches fucking Superstore, he looks like Glenn, way too much like Glenn. And he's probably got Glenn's voice where he's like, "Oh boy, I'm going to get roasted." It's not going to be good. But either way, honestly, the way he answered his questions, there was a lot of talk about people wanted accountability. People wanted reasonings and everything and kind of a plan for where this team's going. So a lot of questions like, what's your outlook on the rest of the season? What's your, what's the view on the coaching staff? What are some reasons why the team's performed the way they performed? And honestly, all the answers I got, I loved. Like it was answers like, we're taking the season day by day. It's not over yet. We still have chances to make the playoffs. So that's the goal. They talked a lot about the absence of training camp and how that kind of affected just every team. Yes. But a young team like the Canucks, where your core is 21, 22 years old. Yeah. And even younger than that sometimes too, to where like a point, like just some numbers to throw at you. We already know these numbers, but I think it was, what was it here? Let me see. I had it already pulled up somewhere. I think they played 16 games in 25 nights. And amongst those 25 nights, they only had 2 practices. And that's including like there's no like preseason, none of that. Like think about a normal year and how much time you'd have to practice and get acclimated to missing pieces and new pieces. Yeah, none of that this year. Yeah. So I'm honestly, it's things that I already kind of believed in. So what are your thoughts on Jimbo facing the music and kind of staying pat on his team and not throwing anyone under the bus or yeah,
Well, I think in Bailey, I can't stop, won't stop, baby. I've got too many watermelon White Claws. But I think my opinion on the matter is when someone like that goes out on the line and goes out and puts themselves out there, I think what that says to me is the buck stops with him. You know what I mean? Like he's the guy that's accountable here. And when you look at just the signings and just the overall play, yes, it's not good, but also at the same time, like, is it the team that was assembled? And you look at something like Montreal, where you fire Claude Julien, you have these Habs players like Nick Suzuki, Shea Weber, literally addressing the media where they're like, it's not good in the locker room right now. It's not good in the locker room. Like, that's bad. Like, that means like there's a coaching issue, I would say. Like, there's no leadership. And there hasn't been anything released from that. So, I think if anyone is going to change, I don't think, obviously contracts may not get renewed and whatnot, but in terms of like any changes that are actually made, I think it's going to be Jimbo. Like it's Benning on the line here. And I think he indirectly addressed to Canucks Nation, like, hey, look, like if this season doesn't go the way we want it, it's my fault. Because you go back to, the kind of the easy argument is the UFA thing. You lose some crucial pieces and some of those guys are doing pretty well. Like I would easily take Markstrom back without a doubt.
It's not doing fantastic, but
yeah, but
okay.
I mean also at the same time,
I see what you're saying.
But you have to remember like Calgary's blue line as well. Like, it could just be a bit of a change of pace. So I don't know. I think it was very, I guess, professional of him to go out there and put himself out there because he's saying like, hey, look, like it's me. I'm the guy that's just, like who runs this team. So It's going to be me if anyone goes down.
Which isn't an easy thing to do, especially with the kind of fan base that we have, right? Like you're going to get chewed apart for it.
100%. Yeah.
So. I do hope that one day fan bases go the other way where, like, once again, I've said it before, just some blind support once in a while would go a long way. We need to start treating our hockey teams like we treat our significant others, like our boyfriends and girlfriends, Like boyfriend and girlfriend starts fucking up, you don't lay into him. Come on, it's the worst thing you could do. You got to preach patience, right?
But you know what I also realized as well, and maybe this is me not really seeing enough of it, but when a team wins, you're like, oh my God, like the team won, like your players are so good. But no one ever gives recognition sometimes to the GM. Like when Tampa won the cup last year, even though he wasn't there anymore, Steve Yzerman built that team. Like he built that team from ground up. You
have to blame for that, right?
Who?
Fucking Michael Jordan, dude. The way he lays into what was the GM's
Jerry
name?
Krause.
Yeah, the way he blasts this guy, and just like the visual dynamic. You've got like a young, like built athlete, and then you got Jerry Krause just like literally lumbering around this big meatball of a fucking GM.
Yeah. So
he ruined it for Jimbo.
I think that's the one disappointing thing I would always have, like to being a GM, like in that profession. Like everyone will hold you accountable when you're losing, but when you win, like no one, like it's like, oh my God, they did it. Like what an amazing team. It's like, no one ever thinks like, holy fuck, like he built this team. Like Brian Burke built some unreal teams. He won the cup in Anaheim. That was a wagon. And there have been some really good moves made by a lot of GMs around the league. And like, they don't get recognized until they lose, which is so upsetting. That's, I guess that's the shitty part about that job.
Hey, but in the midst of chaos comes opportunity though, Josh, and every fan has a role in the fan base. You could be that guy. If you just want to be like the Jimbo Stan, just at every game, like outside the arena, like huge sign says Jimbo for Prez. I think that would go a long way.
Well, I think maybe even at least like, just being a huge GM guy in general. That's my thing. I'll support the GM around the league.
We have a couple of fans who are very they really want PD traded, seems like.
Dude,
trade PD while he still has value. So we'll give at the end of this episode, we'll give out the address to this house. Just send like bags of shit, rotten food, maybe like expired meat as well.
Where does he live? I think it's was it South Surrey? Actually, I'm not gonna say, but it's a piece of shit house anyway. You wouldn't want to be in there. It's a crap.
Just what a direction we'll go in with that, dude. That'd be awesome. Anyways, that's enough hockey talk for us for this episode. So for those listening on the podcast, this is a treat for you. We're going to throw it over to our interview right now. So we had on the captain of the Vancouver Giants. He's a 20-year-old, Alex Canuck-Liepert. I don't know. I butchered his name. He's a dope guy. I think we did determine through reading interviews and just ask him straight up, he's the first ever Thai hockey player to be drafted. So that's dope. So definitely, if you're watching the live stream right now, be sure to check out the episode on wherever you get your podcast, and the interview will be on there. But as for us right now, we're going to keep going. So we've got a new segment, boys. Are we going there next?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for
sweet. So this new segment, we decided last week, Out was spoiled. We know you guys, the movie reviews or whatever, they had their time. Gone Girl kind of fucked my brain up, so that was enough of that.
That was a great movie.
It was, yeah. And Rosamund Pike has my heart the whole way. Even though she's kind of like an agent of chaos, I might like that. So we're going into our new.
Make a really good Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's a dynamite answer, Josh.
There's a really
dynamite. You got a little Spielberg in you there, don't you?
Yeah.
That's reserved for what's her name, who already does it.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Yeah.
That girl. Actually, never mind. Let's just move on. What's our new segment?
Margot. That's just like a classic example that a good-looking human can make a bad name sound good. Like Margot. Change the meaning of that for me for sure. Okay, so this new segment we're talking about, I think we're going to be introducing, 4 new segments we talked about?
Yeah.
Over the course of the next 4 episodes? Something like that.
One every Sunday, yeah.
Every Sunday. So over the next 4 weeks is what we're doing. We're introducing a new segment. I got to put this out there, though. Comment by a fan named Dan. If you're going to spell Margot, throw the T on the end of Margot, please. That's a big no-no. Yeah, it's Margot. Margot you there, buddy. So this new segment, we'll eventually spit it out. This new segment is called Dialed Up, because we're basically going to take some stories from the internet from the past week, and we're just going to talk about them. You know, we're going to do what podcasts do. We're just going to break open the old internet and use it for some content. So boys, we're going to do this just like we do Goats and Woats. We're going to go in a circle. Going to bring up some stories. Maybe we'll have like a bit more of a structure to it as we build it, but I think this segment's got some potential. So
what's the over under on how long we think this episode lasts? Like 20 minutes?
An hour.
This segment.
Yeah.
This segment's going 15 minutes.
15? I got 20.
15.
Josh?
I've got us right until 62:05. And that's like
it's very specific.
When we're ending. Like when we're ending.
That's the episode end. Okay.
All right.
Granted, I'm usually the guy that does the outro. I'll just have to
16 minutes. All right.
Bring it along a little longer than that. Okay, so this segment, boys, who wants to go first? Should I kick it off?
Yeah,
Sure,
go for it.
Oh man, this is dangerous for you guys. Like, what if I have one of yours?
Oh God.
I thought about that. I actually thought about that.
How many did you guys come prepared with? Let's ask that first.
2.
2. Okay, I got 3. Maybe I should go last.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Josh, why don't you kick it off? Okay.
Okay. So I read an article now. I don't even know when this was actually originally released, but I saw it on my newsfeed like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I read an article that LeBron James spends $1.5 million annually on personal fitness.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
That's
fucked up.
Dude, that is so.
What do you think that includes?
Dude,
I think that's easily a yearly pass at Steve Nash. That covers at least one of those.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
No, like seriously, like I would be like, if I was his accountant, like, you guys know the scene in Wolf of Wall Street when the dad comes.
I already know what you're gonna say.
He's like, $40,000 on one fucking dinner, Jordy. Like, I think about that.
It's the sides. It's the sides.
And LeBron's like, well, yeah, I gotta stay in shape. Like, he's like, $1.5 million a year on fucking working out, LeBron. Like, what are you doing? It's crazy to me. Like, if I was his accountant or his personal trainer, like, dude, like, that guy's rolling in money.
Oh yeah,
like
Shane knows this.
Shane brings up a good point though. Like, how much is LeBron getting paid yearly again?
Dude, not even his annual contract, let alone just his fucking Nike deal.
Oh, yeah, lifetime deal,
this money.
Like, pays for that 150 times over.
Yeah.
But that's so. It just goes to show like how much money it takes to actually like be LeBron James.
Yeah.
Well,
jumping into that for a second. Like, he's obviously buying his own equipment. He's got like the top of the line trainers with him all the time. He's got.
But like, is he buying his own equipment, or is he just sponsored by one? Because like, when
that's true. Like, he could get his equipment for somebody else.
Like if he wants a Peloton bike, he's literally just gonna send a DM to Peloton and it's done.
And he'll be like, "Hey, I'll do like 8 commercials for you guys, or like 12 commercials once a month."
Yeah. There's also no way that he pays for his own personal trainer.
No,
I think he does.
No, he would. Yeah, 100%. I mean, where that money actually comes from.
I don't know.
I think it's that once you get into services and once you get into using other professionals, like if he used a massage therapist, he'd still pay them. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, they'd probably do it for free, like, to be nice because it's LeBron James. But in the end, they're like so rich where it's like they should pay him, and I think they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I read that article and I just thought like, holy shit, dude, like that is crazy. Like some people like don't even go into like a certain gym because it's an extra $8 a month from the gym that they were going to before. Like that is wild to me. So I read that and I'm like, that is crazy. Like, you know how many fucking protein shakes this guy probably buys a year? Like, I wonder what his protein shake fund is a year. It's probably like
everything in moderation, even your fucking fitness account, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. How much longer do you think he keeps up adding like keeps up doing 1.5 mil a year for though?
Dude, I think it only goes up.
Dude, I think so. Hey, well, he's getting older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, do you think he still keeps doing that after his career ends, let's say? Just to kind of like maintain his physique? Or do you think that's kind of when he just lets it go?
No, dude. I mean, like when you look at, again, like I can't speak to obviously what personal training was back like when Michael Jordan was playing. Obviously, it was definitely not as good as it is today. But like you look at Michael Jordan now, like buddy's chunky. You look at Shaq, chunky. Charles Barkley, chunky. Like they're big boys. Not saying that LeBron is going to be fat, but like I don't know. I mean, he's not as huge as he is now. There's no. So anyway, that's mine. That's my segment.
I like that
Josh, do you think if you had 1.5 mil on fitness, you'd look good?
No. Well, yeah, probably. I mean,
man, I don't like. I wonder if there was a scenario where it was like, we're going to give you 1.5 mil to use on the gym. Like, do you think you'd actually use it any more than you would if you got a gym membership? Like just a regular Joe like us? Like probably not.
No,
not at all.
No, you know what?
Well, probably. I don't know. Like it's so weird.
Well, we think about it this way. Like we're not at that. We don't compete at that athletic level. So we value that very differently than somebody who would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing to consider.
If it was money that like was not to be given to you otherwise, they're just like, hey, here's $1.5 million on just fitness. That's all it's for. And it's like, fuck, I guess like I'll try and do it. Like I wouldn't even know what the fuck to spend it on.
Well,
I like to go work out now. Yeah.
That's the other thing. I mean, like when you think about that, you could fucking, you know what's so fucked up about this is you could buy a decent house and just build your own personal gym with that money.
Yeah.
That's what you could do. And you could just like, that counts, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucked to me. Anyway, we can move on.
Hey, Raph.
I'm up.
Yeah.
So I found this really funny story from it. I guess it happened on March 4th. Oh shit, Josh, pick and flick counters that too. That's tough. I found this story. So this happened on a plane that was flying from Khartoum, Sudan to Qatar. Okay. And it was essentially about a cat that was obviously placed where it was supposed to be placed throughout the entire course of the flight. It got out of its cage and it managed to find its way into the cockpit and attack one of the pilots and cause the plane to emergency land. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, dude, like we watched Snakes on a Plane, like what was it, like 3-4 weeks ago maybe now? And it's like I just had immediate flashbacks to that. And then the article goes on, it obviously like talks about a couple more specifics. But then at the bottom it says in 2019, a scorpion was reported on a United Airlines flight from San Francisco to Atlanta, stinging a passenger.
That's so fucked.
Like this is fucked up. Like is this like a regular occurrence in the plane world where animals are just somehow getting out of their cages and just like roaming the compartment, like the plane? Like
well, like imagine if she got into the control room and it just started biting wires. Like what the fuck?
Right? Yeah, dude, like that plane could have.
What if you had like a scientist on the plane and he's finding like 15 lab rats and they all just like get out, and, like you said, like start chewing on shit. Your hydraulics fail and then you're going down. You're like, okay, see you later.
Yeah, you know exactly.
What
happens then?
Fucked. But also at the same time, like, what a fucking terrorist of a cat that is. Like, what is wrong? Like, that just goes to show, like, cats are assholes. Like, they're actually just mean creatures. I love them. They don't give a fuck.
They're on their own agenda.
But they're assholes.
Yeah.
Me and Josh are both big Pussycat fans. We love them. But, like, when I picture what kind of cat this was jumping up into the cockpit, it was definitely one of those fucking white fluffy cats on the Royale commercial. The ones that look like fucking assholes, and that's exactly what that one was.
Yeah, white fluffy with great ears. That's what the photo is.
Yeah. I wish I had my dad on the podcast right now because over our childhood, we must have had like 10 different cats just through them being assholes and like getting lost and whatnot. And one of them we had was that fucking Royale white one. And I remember we had him like getting acclimated in the house down in one of a different room. and my dad went in there to like test the waters, maybe feed him a little bit. This cat sent him to the hospital, dude. He fucking maimed him. It was insane. No. Yeah.
Oh, tough.
Jumped on my dad. Yeah, just like the cockpit.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
I feel like if you guys could ban one travelable animal to never fly again, what would that be?
Shane with the banger
Chihuahuas.
joke. Sounds like a catastrophe.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to ban you from the chat for like 3 hours.
I was just a bad one. I'm like, did this cat work for Al Caddy?
Oh, okay, get out of here. I would ban. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I'm gonna get skewered for that one.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of live is that like Josh can't tell us like, hey, cut that bad joke out. Like I don't want to
Josh, to answer your question, I would ban either snakes or cockroaches. Because there's some weird motherfucker that's having cockroaches on a plane.
Yeah,
dude,
like
that's
weird scientists.
Yeah, or maybe like weird spiders or something too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine telling someone who's already not good with flying, like has a fear of flying, if you told them like, hey man, don't worry, there's probably like a cockroach and some snakes and a dog below you. Like might come up. Show them the story of the fucking scorpion biting someone.
Fuck that, would
send
dude.
them in a spiral.
Yeah.
Okay, my first story, guys. I should have told you I was going to do this, but I'm going to screen share what happened. Did you guys see the fight in Bath and Body Works?
What? No.
There was a brawl in Bath and Body Works. Dude.
I saw this link on
where?
So I never watched it.
I don't care what kind of rules there are around this. I'm just going to share it. I have it queued up and everything, boys. Don't even fucking worry. I turned the sound off so it doesn't go crazy on us here. Oh, don't lag on me, you little bitch. Dude. We've got a full-on WWE wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
It's being laggy for me. That sucks.
That's nuts. What happened, though?
I don't know. But I'm fast. Even though it's skipping, I'm still fascinated. Like, you've got the fucking worker in there grabbing the hair. There's a dude, I think there's like the manager of the store or whatever. This dude from Bath and Body Works, he comes in. He lights it up. Yeah, either way, it's gonna skip some more. That sucks. But so
they're probably brawling over the last winter scented foaming soap. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know about you guys. When I saw the caption of it where it's like brawl in Bath and Body Works, the first two things I thought of was, okay, where's Megan and where's my mom? Like it's like when there's a natural disaster and people are checking in on Facebook. It's like I need to know, like, Mom, were you at Bath and Body Works today?
You just text them quickly, be like, hey, is everything okay? Your mom texts you back, yeah, I actually just got in this fight in Bath and Body Works. It's weird.
Yeah, they tell you like I lost my purse. You're like, oh fuck, what did you do? Like, you're the one.
Yeah, Bailey would have been in there if it was a bottle of mahogany teakwood hand soap.
Yeah.
Throwing a fucking fist, yeah.
Like, man, I've seen some fights at a workplace before, but I can't imagine throwing on the Bath and Body Works apron and expecting to see like a full on brouhaha.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, sorry, go ahead.
A full on fucking Donnybrook at Bath and Body Works.
And I saw Tilly.
Between like two older ladies too. The thing about girls when they fight too is that I feel like once they grab hold of the hair, they're not letting go.
No.
No, dude. They were trying to break these two women up for like 40 seconds, and this girl just had like a fucking wad of hair in her hand. And it's like, how do you stop that? Like, you got to.
Could you imagine how painful that must be, though?
Yeah, dude. That's
like, dude, fuck that. No way.
And you know what it is? You know what it is about like fights like this, and this not just girls, but guys and girls. Is you see it on like Jerry Springer and you're like, okay, like, you know, like something's gonna happen. This is trailer trash TV.
Yeah.
But then you see it in like everyday society and like it's so fucked. Like I just feel like how these fights break out where anyone involved is just having like a really bad day. Like, like if one thing goes wrong, you know, like where the chain is like, I'm gonna fucking punch a bitch. Like it's this, like that, like everyone has that in their head, and then everything goes wrong, and it's good night, Jim, kind of at that point.
Could you imagine if they had like the cameraman though from like Jerry Springer or like Maury there? And then fucking that fight went down and this guy's just like in there with the camera like bobbing and weaving, and then one person runs and he's like chasing them through the fire exit.
That's got to be the funniest part about like the generation we live in. If you watch that video, there's like 6 people with cell phones. Obviously, it's 2021. Like just like within 5 feet of the fight, all filming it.
No one's
like,
helping.
Imagine showing that to someone like 10 years ago. Be like, yeah, dude, if you get into a fight, this is what you do now.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
fucking nuts.
I love that.
Raph, you got one more?
Yeah, the other one is more like interesting, if anything. So this happened in a place called, oh my god, it was in Tintern. I pulled it up on Google Maps. It's a place called Tintern. It's in Wales, and essentially there was these people that were putting up like a power line or whatever, and they had to basically dig up some land behind this guy's house. And they started digging, and they found a 4-foot tall ancient tunnel that dates back to the 1700s. And I was reading about this, and I'm like, that's fucking wild. But also, like, think about it. Like, say, like, somebody just decides to do construction work on the back of your house, and they pull up, like, tunnels. And they're just like, this has been here for this many years. And what if they're just like, these have been in use this whole time, and you had no fucking idea that people were going underneath your house for the past years? Like, how fucked up would that be?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Fucked. I don't like that.
Yeah, like from the article obviously going on, they've blocked off the tunnels because they're now having people like go in and actually like see what their purpose was. Like some people obviously like are gonna go there and properly excavate them and whatnot. But like that'd just be fucking insane if you had that running through your house this whole time and not knowing.
Yeah, like
and they even like reached out to everybody in the town too, seeing if anybody had any idea that it was there, and nobody knows a single fucking thing.
Yeah,
there's some creepy things out there. I remember seeing. I should have brought this on one of my picks, but like similar to when you find there's like a hidden room behind your mirror, or there's like a crawl space you didn't know about. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it changes the whole vibe of the house.
Weird shit, dude.
The one thing I will say as well is like all the hidden secrets about the White House and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like the hidden tunnels and like the false walls from when the White House was burnt down in the American Revolution. Like it's so fucked to even think like, you know, one of the most protected places on earth has all that stuff.
Yeah. That's part of what makes the most protected place.
Absolutely.
I got one more. Yeah. So 2 words, Silk Sonic. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Damn, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Made a band.
Great song.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What's it called? Great band. But they released. What was their one song called already?
It's Leave the Door Open.
Leave the Door Open. Yeah, super good. Like old, like 70s kind of vibes.
Yeah,
really nice. Super funky.
Fucking groovy, dude. It is groovy. That's the word. Funny enough, the podcast with 3 white guys though is not going to talk about the culture appropriation stuff that's going on. All that conversation. We're going to leave that at the front door. And we're just going to talk about how sick it would be to have Bruno Mars in a band.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. Like, Bruno Mars had my heart just like he did all like the fucking high school sweethearts out there, man.
Well, the thing is, too, it's like they have very.
Fucking Isha checking in. Hey, shout out the Hockey Podcast Network. Pretty cool thing. Just saying.
They had what's it called? Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars. I'm surprised they haven't done this earlier because they like, if you break it down, they have a pretty similar vibe. Like as far as like their music composition goes and the kind of sounds that they enjoy using, the instruments that they like using, like it's pretty similar.
Yeah. Confession, I actually haven't listened to Anderson .Paak like intentionally before. Like he's come on in playlists and stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm just an all about like I'm an all in Bruno Mars kind of guy.
That's understandable.
What are some songs that none of his songs make me cry, but all of them make me feel like I'm about to find first love if I'm single. Like I remember being single and thinking like, oh man, I feel like I'm in love. Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Boom.
What was the first like big Bruno Mars song?
Just the way you are.
No. Hold on.
Oh, the Lazy song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
It was
I ain't doing anything today. I definitely threw that on this time last year. Fuck March.
Oh, I'll try and figure it out. Give me a second here.
Yeah. No, that's okay. While you're looking that up, I'll throw a quick honorable mention into the segment. There was
Millionaire. Fucking Millionaire. Remember that
Billionaire?
one? Millionaire.
Huh? Billionaire.
Billionaire. Sorry. I typed in millionaire and I was like millionaire. No, it was with Travis McCoy and Bruno Mars, but that was fucking ages ago, dude.
Yeah.
Like that
Seriously,
was.
I love that song.
2010.
Solid song.
Dude,
Yeah.
Honorable mention for this category, real quick. before we go back to Bruno Mars, there was a mask burning party, I think, in Idaho. And this kind of relates back to our goats and woats of states. Fuck Idaho, basically, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, Idaho's there.
Kinda
Idaho's up there with fucking merit.
Yeah. Idaho, the merit of America. It's an entire state.
So I was actually going to ask Raph this because for some reason, I think I had a dream about it this past week. And I asked the same thing of Elijah last week when I'm like, hey, would you live in Fargo for 1 year for $1 million?
Before you answer that question, there's no fucking way you can pay me enough.
Raph, come on. I give you $1 million and you won't live in Merritt for a year?
For a year?
Come on,
dude.
Man.
Have you heard about the eligible bachelorettes in Merritt, Raph?
But you're unplugged. Like, you're unplugged. Like,
see, that's the biggest thing is that I'd be unplugged. Because honestly, I would fucking do it if I wouldn't leave my room. Because I do that normally. So dude, it's just like
Shane's pissed off. You hate Merritt too, by the way.
Shane, every single time I drive through Merritt, I don't know what it is. I just have this like uncontrollable hatred towards the fucking place. Like, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with Merritt. I just don't like Merritt.
I think it's because that means you're only halfway to where you're going. Like Merritt's kind of knows like the halfway point. And you're probably so grumpy at that point. You're like, fuck, I'm not there yet.
It's not even...
No chance, dude. When we were driving to fucking Calgary, Merritt's like a stone's throw away. It's right there.
From where?
Yeah,
from
Vancouver when you're driving to Calgary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not
like fucking right true. There. Yeah,
dude. When we're in fucking Salmon Arm, let me know because that's the halfway point. Fucking
Salmon Arm.
Salmon Arm. Also a dump. Sorry.
No, Salmon Arm is nice, dude. Like,
don't you remember what happened? Don't you remember what happened when we were at Salmon Arm?
What
you, me, and Bailey were at the A&W and we saw that guy fucking dorting that trucker or whatever, or something like that. And it was like the weird people that got in the car and they drove off. And we were just like sitting there watching it.
Oh yeah,
they were doing what to a truck?
We witnessed a hit and run, and we didn't do anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah, we just sat inside the A&W. We were like, oh, that's shitty.
Solid boys.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the being in a town you don't know about effect. You're like, fuck, I don't want to get shot. I don't know who he is.
And like we're all like laughing, like, oh, good thing that's not us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Josh's car is like a car over in the other stall. We're like, all right, that was close. Dodge that fucking bullet.
Was that with that old red car though?
No, that was with
no. It was a Mazda.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say at that point you kind of want them to hit the car, don't you?
No, dude. The only time I drove that thing to Calgary was me and Jordo going to Stampede.
Oh, yeah, I think we really made it up the coke.
Oh my god, dude! Like me and Jordan were just fucking ripping in that thing as fast as that go. Like we're going up.
You're going 50.
Dude, we're going up the grade. We're going up the coke, and boys. I'm not even.
Josh is just redlining it up the fucking
like under 80 kilometers an hour up the coke.
Semis are just flying by you. You're like, all right, cool.
People with their hazards lights are passing you. Like, see you, dude.
Dude, the cherry popper did me well, boys. It did me.
That thing is a legendary car. Fucking legendary. Boys, is that it?
I think that's it.
I think that might be it.
That's episode 26, Stick and Rank Podcast. I want to say we're coming back on Tuesday. I want to say that. Can I say that? What do you think?
I don't know, dude.
Say what you want to say.
I mean,
the world is your oyster.
Good.
I think we're coming back on Sunday.
Say what you
Or let's just have a Joshism with it. We'll come on Tuesday. Maybe. We'll see. One last comment before we go, Jordan. Willie the Wave had the hazard lights going up.
Yeah, nonstop.
That's a tough look. That's
dude,
a
Willie
very
the Wave,
tough look.
Man.
All right, guys. That's episode 26. So as we said before, thank you for joining our live stream if you did. We're going to be doing a lot more of these, so stay tuned on some more with that. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming your way. As for segments, like we said, we're doing a new segment every Sunday, I think it is. So next week we'll have another new segment for you guys. And then at the end, we didn't mention this, but at the end of all that, we're going to kind of choose a couple segments to stick with us. So give us your feedback, how you think they went, all that stuff. Snaps and claps from Tisha. Thank you very much. And for those also watching the live stream, we do have our interview with Alex Kanek-Liepert on the actual episode coming out tomorrow. And with, thank you, Tara, another viewer. Even if you're not a sports fan, I would definitely check this out. He's a 20-year-old guy who's looking to kind of get into pro hockey after this. So
We're not doing this.
There's too much.
Not today.
There's too many. I set a bad precedent for that. But yeah, so that's that, guys. Everyone, hopefully we'll see you guys again soon. All right, everybody, have a good fucking night.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.